how many people, man, like, when I was in Fat Cat, they were dropping like flies. Like, there was 200 something. No, sorry, not 200. I think 160 something animators when I started. And when I left to come here, they'd gone down to like 50 odd.
Oh, wow.
Really hell.
And like, most of them were like, you know, just giving it up altogether. Like, going back to school, doing something else, or just going working somewhere, just enough of it. Like, never touching animation again. And there's some guys, like, had some real talent, and they just didn't want to even look at it, didn't want to go near it, because they sunk too far in. And it's like, well, we talk about that American guy that went to Japan to animate.
I was about to say that, actually. Yeah.
Right? Like, he is the best one of the best animators. If he comes to Canada, he's automatically one of the best animators in Canada. You know what I mean? Like the skill he's going to get for doing what he's doing is going to be unrivaled, right? That experience you can't get anywhere else.
Yeah.
But it sucks. Like, god damn, does that fucking suck. Like, can you imagine trying to go through that? You really gotta want to be a good animator, man. Like, you really gotta love it.
Is he pretty much just stuck to his desk at work the whole time? That's it. That's all he does.
Yeah, like everyone, they sleep at their desk.
And they get like paid nothing.
Nothing. Like there was even a Korean guy I was reading recently. It wasn't the Japanese, the guy who went to Japan, but there was something an American guy who went to Korea and worked there for a bit, and they were saying at the lowest paying one he made in Korea, he was making $300 a month.
Oh, gee.
Because it was like paying $1 a drawing, and so he said you'd make anywhere from $2 to like $12 a day. You know what I mean? Depending on the shots you get, right? You get a big, crazy, like 14 characters fighting. You're not making much that day.
No.
Yeah. You want like the lone spaceship.
It's true.
Just make sure each one has like closure stuff.
You want
so
George,
on each page.
You want George Lucas directing, so you just go.
Yeah.
Money.
No, it's true. I mean, like, I was watching this documentary. This Hayao Miyazaki's Ghibli documentary on Netflix.
Mm.
It's called House of Dreams, House of Madness, or something like that.
Oh yeah.
And it's the making of Ghibli's last film, Wind Rises. And one of the animators says that he's really demanding.
Oh yeah.
As a director, and she was like, if you can't take that kind of
Criticism,
you should stay away. Yeah, like, because he's like a legend.
Yeah.
In
and he knows what he's doing. Like,
well, I didn't know this until I saw the documentary. He storyboards everything. He doesn't write a script. He storyboards the whole film.
Well, they start making the movie before they know how it's going to end.
Right. He draws it out and paints everything, and like color washes everything, and he's like drawing. He's doing that. He animates. He does everything.
See, that's fucking badass.
Right, but he just his working day, like he starts at what I think it was 11 till 9. He finishes 9 on the dot. Goes home he works from I think he works 6 days a week.
Except
that's their easy days. That's their easy weeks.
And then on Sundays he goes and cleans the river.
That's right. He cleans up. Yeah, he cleans up the river.
I just watching him, like the thought process of just seeing how he makes a film. I couldn't believe it. Like, he does so much, but yet there's this pressure for everyone else because everyone's there working as well, animating like crazy, trying to.
But he just seems like one of the other workers, like who just happens to be working there as well. He has his desk.
you wouldn't say like that's the guy.
He has his desk with everyone else, and like they're showing they have like exercise time, and he gets up and does what everyone else is doing, and carries on with his work.
But it's one of those, like, have you seen like Spirited Away or any of the Ghibli films?
I've only really watched Mononoke, like, a lot.
Right.
Like,
but yeah, so you understand like the quality level.
Oh
right?
yeah, like.
You should definitely watch Spirited Away.
I've been meaning to, because there's a few people who actually, like, when I was at Fat Cat, there was a buddy of mine kept showing me scenes from it, and like telling me about, and I didn't even know anything about it. And when he told me the story, like what it was about, I was like, that sounds amazing.
So
like,
it's strange.
I saw it off the cuff because when my cousin was in Japan teaching, he brought it back, and I just it was like one of their vaguely anime looking DVDs. So I just chucked it in. It was my first ever Ghibli film I saw, and I watched it twice. I think on the same day or maybe the day after. Couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. It was so amazing. I just couldn't believe it while I was watching it. Because the way the shots work, the way the colors work, the way the story works, you feel for the characters, right? But
yeah, like another movie where you can remember like specific, almost tactile details.
Now, the thing that really got to me about the film, it was like a dream, and it was supposed to feel like a dream, really, because there's a bit in the film where the main character has to walk through a tunnel, and she's not allowed to look back. When she looks back, in a weird way, because you've gone along this journey with her, right?
You're just riding. You're her at this moment.
You're her at this moment, and you're looking at it, and you're just trying to break down what you've even witnessed in the film because it's so out there. But everything works together because basically, you know what the story is about, right?
Yeah, it's this girl who has to work in a tea shop for spirits, right?
Right. Well, it's like a bathhouse.
Oh, it's a bathhouse.
But what happens is that she's like a whiny kid, okay, at the start of the film. Her parents have moved her to this remote location where she has no friends or anything, which is why she's whiny. The parents go out looking around what's around, and they go through the tunnel, and they find this abandoned theme park. But then they smell this food that's been cooking and no one's around, and they start eating the food. She wanders off and comes back because the sun's going down, and they've been turned into pigs because humans aren't allowed to eat their food, right?
Because it's spirit food.
Because it's spirit food. Now what happens is she goes on this unbelievable character arc of her character shifts, develops. You're going through these trials and tribulations with her, and she becomes like a real strong character towards the end. But subtly, not like physically.
Yeah, not like now she gets her armor. Like,
yeah, she's like mentally ready, like strong and everything. And everything you witness is like a dream. It's like something like Miyazaki must have been thinking about all his life, and he's put it into this film. Like all these weird characters, and like for example, there's this like creature that just smells really bad, like this kind of sludge monster.
Oh, yeah.
This idea of this creature came from him cleaning out his river. Because there's a bit of them trying to get this bicycle that's lodged. And that was a real life story that they were trying to do this for real. Try and get this bike out of the river, and they couldn't do it. And this whole set piece came out in this film. But when you see it, the way all the characters move, because it's so stinky.
You can feel this.
You can feel it. Like all the characters' hair goes on like when a cat always hair
stands up, yeah.
Like you see something really like story. It's like, oh, that's
so disgusting. And then when it's like, and they're like trying to clean it, and she's right in the thick of it, trying to clean it and everything, and just the way. You definitely gotta see it.
Yeah, that's when I keep like. There's so many movies I've been meaning to get to watch.
But just every time you just freeze frame the shot, each shot is like a painting. Like you could have it in a gallery. Each shot is like that. It's amazing. I keep going on and on about this film, but like.
And again, look at this place it come from.
Right.
Look how much fucking like these guys are working and fucking suffering like. It can't be too fun.
No, that's what I mean. If you ever watch a documentary, it's not like a magical place like Pixar where everyone.
It's a fucking little office.
It's like an office
with a bunch of like angry looking.
Right. Yeah, everyone's like baggy eyes and it's like.
But saying that, it does look like a cozy little. They've got like a little nice location. It does seem quite nice.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah.
With you mean like the family style atmosphere, like the.
It is. It sort of looks kind of. It doesn't look sterile or anything. It's kind of a cozy place.
Yeah, it's not a fucking, stone dungeon like
no,
No, but like for me, it was more of the case of like it's made in Japan. They have real quality in animation and stuff, but it's pretty sad that Ghibli's no longer there because in a weird way that was a statement from Japan of like it's a Ghibli film.
Yeah, it was like an export. Like it was almost like National Treasure.
Yeah, Really, it's like,
or at least it should have been.
Well, you know, if it's Ghibli, you're gonna enjoy it.
Yeah, you know it's Ghibli, you're gonna enjoy it. It's like Madhouse. If Madhouse ever went, that style alone is like Ninja Scroll and
Madhouse. Yeah, Madhouse are fucking legends.
Right, but it's that style, right?
Yeah,
it's that specific style. You know, it's a Madhouse.
As soon as you see it, Madhouse.
Right,
and it means quality.
And I felt that Disney should have just bought out Ghibli.
Yeah,
and just kept them working. Just
if you had any sense.
Yeah, just keep making films because we love your films. But now all that talent's gone.
Is it officially? They've officially closed now.
I think Wind Rises was their last film.
No.
Yeah.
When was that?
No, there was another one.
Last year, I think.
There was there was another one that I don't know whether maybe it was before.
Or maybe
that.
it's Hayao Miyazaki. Or
they did a game too.
Yeah, Ni no Kuni. Yeah. But for me, it was like you should definitely check out Ghibli films. Not even like the weird ones.
Well, there's two that I've been meaning to get to: The Moving Castle and
Howl's Moving Castle was amazing. It's so good. I really like that one.
But you should also check out what's the one that got you on DVD?
Oh, Whisper of the Heart. It's a film.
Never even heard of that.
It's a film where it's just this girl, and it's just her day-to-day life. Her wanting to be a writer.
Yeah, it's like the Ghibli version of Whiplash.
Kinda, but not so. It's not
so
very
heavy.
But it's not like fantastical. It's just basically a more day-to-day,
mundane, like
kind of. But like that was the one. That's probably like the second Ghibli I saw, and I got that on DVD, and I have seen that film so many times now that it's like one of my favorite movies like ever. I love that film so much.
Whisper of Her.
Even if like,
well, I guess I'll watch any of them.
Yeah, even though like there's like a section of it where she's telling her story that is more like fantastical, like this imaginary world. But apart from that, everything is just normal day-to-day stuff. But it's just the way that they show it makes it interesting. Like she's going to there's like a point where she's going to the library to meet her dad, but just her journey of walking down the streets, it just
you're getting her excitement from it.
It just looks so nice, and the fact that actually that movie, the locations in the movie are actually based on real places in Japan. So you could go to like the apartments where she lives. You can go there, or to her school. It actually exists in real life.
You think that was like the writer's place or like the creators?
I don't know actually. I'm not too sure, but
because that seems like crazy specific.
It's really like I didn't realize that until like maybe a few months ago, where I saw something online and I was like, oh, this is actually.
So you can actually go to her apartment.
This is actually a real town. This town actually exists with all these stores and stuff, and I was like, that's really interesting. But that one wasn't directed by Miyazaki. That was someone else. I think it's one of the producers or something. But yeah, that one is my favorite. I love that one a lot.
Whisper of the Heart?
Yes. Favorite movie.
See, I'd have to say Mononoke because it's the only one that I can call to mind, but...
Howl's Moving Castle is really good as well. That's another one I really, really like.
The premises of those sound really interesting. That's why I think one of them will probably end up being it.
What? Spirited Away? Definite.
Yeah, I gotta see that.
Definite. Even just, not even for a Ghibli film, I think I'll watch that any time of night or day. Definitely watch it.
So what's your go-to drawing movie? Put it on to just do
we may have like YouTube stuff in the background really.
No, but yeah?
If there was a movie I would put on, it'd probably be like
that's what I mean. It's probably not going to be your favorite movie, you know what I mean? Because it'll be something you're not going to super watch all the time.
I'm not sure. I don't really watch movies.
What do you have on YouTube?
YouTube audiobooks.
Yeah, same.
But generally my go-to movies that I could watch over and over again, like Van Damme films like Kickboxer. I mean, I can go on and on how much I love Kickboxer. I actually think, honestly, it's a really underrated film because I think it's shot really nicely.
The first Kickboxer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, first one is really good.
The way when he's training near the Stone City, the old temples in Thailand. The way the shots are, perfectly shot.
Man, that defined a lot. That what you're talking about now. To me, that was 80s kung fu.
Right.
Any 80s martial arts. You know what I mean? That was the kind of shots you were gonna see.
Right.
These old. It was almost like Street Fighter, the first one, kind of tries to be that.
Well, I was gonna say MK tries to be that.
They totally do it. That's the
Same,
thing.
it's the same place.
Well, you know Shang Tsung's lair in like his throne room in 1.
Yeah.
Don't you find that's Enter the Dragon?
Yeah.
Like
with the
dead
flags.
on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the other thing I was gonna say is that no CG bullshit. Shots don't age.
Yeah.
But it's the way the music comes in and the way because it's a martial arts film, people give it a ding, and because it's a Van Damme film, people give it another ding.
Yeah.
Because they're not expecting, fucking Citizen Kane on the screen. But for what it is, like what people don't understand, like those fight scenes in that film, the way they're constructed and shot, beats most of the bullshit that comes out of Hollywood.
Oh yeah.
To this day.
Yeah.
The reason is, it's because it's simple. It's because like, this is why The Expendables, in my opinion, was really successful, because Arnold Schwarzenegger, Stallone, Van Damme, Lundgren, and all these people, they just had their own physical prowess.
Yeah.
To sell a film.
Which wasn't that like,
all of those guys were jacked, right?
Wasn't it like I don't know what came first. Was it Rocky or like Conan?
Rocky was 70 something, isn't it?
But because I don't remember when Conan is.
Maybe,
Is that 80s?
No, maybe. Might be late 70s, early 80s.
Because I think Rocky might be one, but I'm pretty sure Stallone is basically responsible for making the bodybuilder. Well, this is where I'm getting to. Like, I think Stallone is the first guy to make like a bodybuilder type dude a main role as an actor, as a star in a film with Rocky. But I feel like it was Arnold that really fucking made it a thing.
Yeah, I think. Well, yeah, maybe it would be Arnold. I think Arnold's responsible for a lot of fitness.
Yeah.
Generally around the world at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just generally.
Yeah, everyone's seen Arnold and they're like,
right, everyone knows
you
Arnold
can do that?
Right, yeah. And I think Conan was the fit, right? It was the right fit.
No one else looked like Conan.
Not at that time.
Yeah. Yeah, like, remember in the 70s when the action hero was like David Carradine?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just this tall, skinny dude. Like,
yeah. Or was it Burt Reynolds?
Yeah, like he was the biggest badass. Like,
no, it's just funny. I just like, for me, like those types of people, like Van Damme, Stallone, Arnie, those guys were the elite of that era. They didn't have to rely on kind of. Like, anyone today can be an action hero, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Any one of us. We just go on screen, fucking blue screen, jump away, and we're a fucking hero.
Definitely.
And...
But they had, like, I know what you're saying, like, to be a martial artist, you were a movie prospect because you could do things other people couldn't.
Right.
Yeah, and now it's like, oh, we'll make you in CG and you'll be, like, windmill kicking a dinosaur, you know? Like,
it's lost its threat.
Yeah.
Like, when you see Van Damme kick, and, like, the way he kicks, it's like his Van Damme kick, right?
Yeah.
You're only ever going to see Van Damme do that. You get imitators, but it's not the same.
Well, when they do it, it's like, you're doing Van Damme.
Right.
You know? Like, he made that a thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like, Van Damme's responsible for kicking.
Yeah, Van Damme kicks. Arnold Schwarzenegger, one-liners, and muscle guy.
Yeah, being ripped.
Stallone, montage.
Montage king, yeah.
Montage king. And, was that, I guess, Rambo's action hero.
Man, you know what I really like, though? Talking about, like, I really don't think, well, he probably does, but I think Stallone is such a fucking talented dude. Like,
yeah. Like,
when I realized just how much he'd actually been involved and what he was responsible for, like, after the fact, because I never knew early on what he actually did to make Rocky happen.
Yeah, like, do you know the whole story?
Not completely, but I know, like, he shot that everywhere. Like, and...
So...
It's really sad.
It's well, there's an element that is pretty sad. So I was listening to this, like Tony Robbins, you know that guy?
Yeah.
The motivational speaker.
Big guy, yeah.
Yeah. With the big teeth. Yeah. He was explaining, because he knows Stallone, and Stallone told him his story. What happened is that Stallone was, I'm bastardizing this.
Yeah.
Like Stallone was a down actor. Well, he's not even an actor. He couldn't even get an acting job. Reason is because he couldn't talk right because the doctor pulled him out by the forceps.
Oh, and that's what gave... You told me that before. That's why he talks...
That's why he talks like that. So they said, oh yeah, you know, like you're not a very good actor, you can't talk right, blah blah blah. That's one issue, but he knew his whole life what he wanted to do. He wanted to be an actor, right? And he was married at the time, and his wife was saying, why don't you go get a job? And Tony Robbins goes like, why don't you go get a job, you know? He goes, well, if I got a job, I'll be sucked into that world and I'll lose my hunger. So what he did was he went to all the agencies 400 or 500 times. And Tony Robbins goes, well, there isn't 500 agencies in New York or wherever. Because yeah, I went to them 4, 5, 10 million times.
Just kept going.
And basically he would sleep overnight in the offices where people were casting, refusing to leave.
You know what's funny though? I've heard a very similar story. Don't lose track, but I'll just tell you this. That's how my dad got his first job.
Right.
Like, he showed up at this, whatever, like, plant or whatever, and they told him no work, and he just didn't leave. He just waited there, and eventually they fucking gave him a job.
Right.
He just came there every day and waited, and then eventually stayed, and then eventually foreman, blah, blah, blah. Like... So,
the guy comes out and goes, okay, get in here, I'm going to give you something, like, just to get you out of here again. And it's like a bit part, like a thug number 4 in the thing. But on the way out, he said, oh, I also write a little bit. And that was the thing that made Stallone. He said, oh, I write a little bit. And he goes, okay, if you have a script, just bring it on. That night, well, maybe a couple of weeks later, so his wife left him before that because he hocked his wife's jewelry just to pay for rent and all this kind of stuff. His wife couldn't take it anymore, so she left, and he was down and out. And one of his lowest points, he said, was that he had to sell his dog because he had no money to
wow.
eat. And he was way outside a liquor store, and he was waiting for anyone to buy his dog off of him for like $100 or whatever. He had to sell it. He had to sell it, his dog.
Yeah.
And he went home and he saw this Muhammad Ali fight, where it was Ali versus someone else.
Was it Foreman?
I think so. No, not Foreman. It was Ali versus someone
Frazier?
else. No, it was like Ali versus someone.
Yeah.
But everyone was betting on Ali, like the supposed hero of the world, right?
Mm.
But in this one moment, Ali gets knocked down by this unknown guy.
Oh, so this is later. Like,
yeah, he gets knocked. He doesn't get knocked out, but he gets knocked down. But the guy who's fighting Ali doesn't give up. Just keeps going and going and going, right?
Mm.
Then Stallone gets the idea for Rocky from that, and he wrote the script in like 24 hours.
wow.
Non-stop, like writing it, and he's like. Then he starts shopping it around, right? And this is where the most interesting part happens. Like people saying, "Oh yeah, we don't like it, this and that." So he writes all that stuff down, keeps it in his pocket. But some other studios like it, and then they say, "Okay, we'll offer you $250,000 for it," and he's like, "Yeah, that sounds great."
But I want to be.
But you got one condition, guys. And he goes, like, "What's that?" I'm the starring role, and I'm directing. And they're like, no. Basically, he like Tony Robbins goes, well, why do you do that? He goes like, no, I knew what I wanted. This is my film, and it's my story. I want to be Rocky. It's mine.
Yeah, they just wanted to buy the script from him.
They were offering him double the money, triple the money.
And he was broke.
And he was broke. And Tony Robbins was like, why didn't you just take the money? He was like, look, I knew poverty. I know what it is. I'm not afraid of that. I know what it is. So what they can offer me is only a slight step up. And basically they said, okay, we're going to offer you like 30 grand. It's a risk, but we don't care because we want to take a risk on you. So if the film tanks, it's only 30 grand. It's not like 250,000.
Yeah, they're at some kind of.
So he goes, and Tony Robbins goes, well, you must have been out of your mind. Like, it's not 250,000, but it's 30 grand. You must have been really happy. So what's the first thing you did? Like go and party and go out? He goes, no, I went by the liquor store. I wanted to buy back my dog. And he waited there for like 2 weeks or
till the guy came back.
Till the guy came back. Then he goes, "Look, sir, I know you bought my dog. I don't have any money. Can I buy my dog back off of you?" The guy goes, "No, it's my dog now. Can't buy it back." And he goes, "I'll give you $100 for the dog. You can have you double the money back." And he goes, "No, $300. No, $400. No." And he's like, Antonio was like, "What did you do? How'd you get your dog back?" He's like, "I knew what I wanted, and I want my dog back. I want to get my dog. Either way, I'm getting my dog back." So he just kept upping the offer, and he goes, "Look." So then Tony Robbins goes, like, "How much in the end did it cost you?" And he goes, like, 15 grand and a part in Rocky. The guy is in Rocky, and Butt Kiss is Sly's real dog in Rocky.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you know those things that all the studios said about the script when he kept it in his pocket?
Yeah.
He read all those things when they won the Oscar.
Really? Oh, that's the best. See, that's what I mean.
That's why Stallone is the man.
That's a really nice story.
Stallone is a badass, man. Like,
Right.
you can't knock that guy. Like,
And that's why I love Rocky Balboa so much.
that's what I was getting to. The comeback one was fucking
Because
epic.
he couldn't, in real life, he couldn't get the film made because, like, that bit in the courtroom is like a real life scenario because, like, you're fucking 60 years old.
Yeah.
So what are you going to get in the ring for? It's like, no, I am still viable. I can make a film and that blah blah blah. And look at him, he's jacked.
Yep. And but I also loved how it ended how it started.
Yeah.
Right. I love but I've only watched that movie once. I probably won't watch it again because it's so sad. Like, it's such a sad movie. So it was way worse than The Wrestler. Like, that was another movie I only watched like once or twice.
Wrestler was good, yeah.
Right, but those big movies are just epic, but they're downers. I'm just like, nah, that was wicked.
You thought Rocky Balboa was a downer?
Oh yeah,
Why?
because he loses. Adrian's still gone. He's still, he's still a rough relationship with his kids and everything, and with the girl, and like, it's just like, yeah, he's still like. I love the whole fight, and I love that he comes back and he fucks the guy up, but his time is still over. You know what I mean? So like, I love and I love when he gets in and he's just like, no, the kid's too fast. We just gotta hurt him. And then they just start to bring out the meat again. They start fucking tearing into it. Like, all that stuff is wicked.
I think we gotta watch the film again because it's not really a sad film.
To me,
it's more like a bittersweet because he didn't care either way. Well, I've seen it multiple times, so I can say like at the end, the crowd is cheering his name, not the person who won.
Yeah.
And he looks back and he's like,
well, he's the real champion.
he's the champion, and he's not sad, but like it's like the last shot was him at the grave with Adrian.
Yeah.
So we did it, and then he walks away. I think it's like a bittersweet rather than a sad thing.
Well, I guess we call it two different things. But
Yeah,
that whole ending bit. You know what I mean?
Well, actually, that's how I feel about Toy Story 3.
Well, yeah, I haven't seen that yet either.
I never want to watch
it's
that
a
film
lovely
again.
film.
But I think that is Pixar's masterpiece.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even say that. I don't
Like,
say
that's-
masterpieces to a lot of
I was
things.
gonna say that. I know that's a bold claim, especially from you. Like,
Yeah, like I don't say masterpiece for a lot of things. Like there's certain other things I would call masterpiece, right? But that is one I never want to watch again.
really.
I don't want.
I think it ends
Okay.
just right.
because I really, really felt that they did everything. They poured everything they had at that time into that film, and it shows. Like the way Andy says goodbye to the toys, and the way I couldn't believe it.
All right,
But the places they go in the film,
I think all of them together is just.
I don't know, but for me personally, it was more the case that I've had toys that I've let go, and it's a part
Everyone
of
has,
yourself
right?
that you sort of have to let go.
Well, yeah, it's at that point where you move on,
Right. And it's, I don't know, it's just one of those things that it's like a seminal moment in film. People can talk about Up and the beginning of Up and like...
Well, to be fair, the beginning of Up was well fucking done.
It was really well done, okay? But
You don't
the
think
rest
it
of the
compares?
film wasn't very
Yeah, I
good.
didn't like
Totally.
that. I didn't.
I could actually just watch that first bit and turn it
and
off.
stop.
Movie's over.
Yeah, fuck the little kid.
'Cause I actually thought that the Up the first part was like a really concise short that they elongated into a whole film that didn't really work.
Yeah, that's probably the best explanation of all. Like, it was like, here's a beautiful little story,
Right.
and some shit. Like,
Right. So with Toy Story, it was more of the case of where are these like at the start of the film, spoilers, there's toys that you expect to be there and they're not.
oh really?
Yeah.
Like
I'm
from
trying to
the
remember.
classic cast.
Yeah.
Like,
Like, you know, the Belle.
oh, so that's how they progress time.
Yeah, like, you know, Belle, like Woody's girlfriend.
She's gone.
Oh, Bo Peep.
Yeah, with the sheep.
Yeah.
See, this is like Balboa.
Yeah.
For Toy
Yeah.
Story.
It's like, at the start of the film, and like, you're expecting these toys to be there, they're not there. And it's like just a group of them, like a small group of them. Like, they're looking at each other, like, we're the last ones left. And there's a part in the film where, man, you think it's gonna be over. And they look at each other like it's gonna be the fucking end.
Oh my god, it's so heartbreaking.
Like, you think, like, they went dark. Like, turned it up to 11 dark.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy shit.
Like, they think
They're like holding hands and they're looking at each other like, it's okay. This is it. This is
it's okay.
it.
It's okay to die.
Yeah. Oh man, I couldn't believe it. Really couldn't believe it. But this is the reason why I don't want to watch the film again. It's like, yeah. I thought it was amazing.
That reminds me, do you remember in Avatar? Like, because that kind of moment, I can only think of one instance when I've seen that happen in like any kind of cartoon or anything. Do you remember you watched Avatar, like the first Avatar?
Airbender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember when, like, it's during the Black Sun, the very end, it's during the whole thing, when Toph and Sokka are fighting on the blimp?
Right.
And they're just fighting, and then, like, Sokka, like, throws his... like, Toph falls, and Sokka grabs her, and then there's a guy coming, he's gonna get him, and he throws his thing, and he saves him again. Like, they get this one lucky shot, and he takes him and he saves her. But then there's more guys. And then he just looks down at Toph, and she looks up and starts to cry. I was like, what the fuck is happening? Like,
Yeah. So, imagine that in Toy Story turned up to 11. Like, I would say, like, don't watch it straight away out. Like, forget what I've just said. And watch it years from now, and then you're like, oh yeah, Toy Story, I haven't seen this. And then you'll get it. Because it's one of these things that I rarely see it. I'm just really rare to see.
Also, like, you know the Toy Story characters from a long time ago.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
familiar.
So like I've seen them all in cinema. So it's like you saw those characters, and you're like, oh, fun movie, like with all the toys, and then suddenly it's like, oh, wait a minute, he's gonna grow up. What like, these are your toys as well. You grew up with the toys, watching the movies, and it's like, what's gonna happen
the only
to
other
them?
film that I've actually seen multiple times is that I would call a masterpiece. Two films is that Toy Story 3 and Inception.
Yeah? You think Inception?
The reason why I say Inception is because when I was watching it, I didn't really know anything about the film going in. I didn't watch any
Oh,
of
well
the
then,
trailers.
yeah.
But then, so it was like a complete blank slate for me. So I was watching it, and it's the idea of imagining if what I'm doing right now, talking to everyone here, is a dream.
Yeah.
Not in the case like it's a Matrix thing, but it's more of the case at the beginning of the film when Leonardo DiCaprio is talking to Ken Watanabe's character, and he's going, "Look, trust me, this is a dream. Shoot yourself, and you'll be young." And imagine you go through your whole life right now, and you're old, and you're looking
And a
in
guy
the mirror.
comes up and is like,
Look, this, I'm telling you, this is the truth, okay? Shoot yourself, and you'll wake up at your desk, and that is your real life.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But what I'm saying is like it's more of the case of getting a second chance at life. But in this dream world, you've lived an entire life.
Yeah.
But it's that kind of dichotomy, you know, like.
Could you walk away from the other life? Like,
Could you walk away from, like, I'm in this life, I'm an artist right now. There's all this kind of Hinduism thing too, because like in Hinduism, what we are right now, this is our avatar, right?
Yeah.
In the next life, we'll be the avatar of something else. Depending on how we've acted in this life, we reincarnated into something else, right? Karma based. But that kind of philosophy, I sort of embed that into Inception, saying like, well, he's in this life, he's this mega loaded entrepreneur who's has all his money and stuff. But in another dream, he's not that. He's something else.
Yeah.
And then I'm sort of like bleeding into this kind of really putting myself in that situation, saying like, if someone gave me the option, I ended it, and I woke up as something else. Like I could be in a this is my dream state right now. I'm an artist, living in Newfoundland.
Well, I think I know why that feels so like amazing is too because if you just take that same premise but just forget that you're saying it's a dream. Right? Then it really starts to take on like a different kind of meaning, but it's the same thing.
Right.
Like, because if someone walked in right now, hand you the gun, and says, "Go for it," but because you could also look at it as like, what if it was a different thing? What if a guy comes in with a gun, and is like, "Okay, so when we die, this is what happens. Trust me," and it's like, so really, you can go whenever, and it's not going to matter. Then start to think about it the same way, like it is, and it's the same question, but it feels different. Right. Yeah. But it's not. It's no different being in a dream versus being, because reality is your perception.
Right.
So if your perception changes, your reality changes.
And it's more of the case of like, so in the film they have group dreaming, right? Everyone's dreaming the same dream created by the architect who's building the levels in the dream world. And I guess it's more matrixy, but like, what if we're all that right now?
Yeah. You never know.
It's like with
the Matrix. Who's to say it isn't, right? Like,
right, that's what I'm saying, right? It's like with the Matrix, I couldn't really buy into it as much. It's like, yeah, it's a dream state. In the real world, they're like in like a weird cold spacecraft somewhere. But in Inception, it's more the case of, because have you ever had a dream, right, where it was so real?
Oh yeah.
Like, so real when you're eating something and you can taste it.
Yeah, I know. I've had dreams where I'm in there and I'm like, I need to make sure this is not a dream.
Right.
I've done that, and I remember doing that before, like pinching myself, and I felt it in a dream. I was like, okay, this is real.
Yeah. I know. Going to like opening books and like turning on shit and like doing everything just to be like, like.
Like I dreamt last night, and like part of it, I had like I was eating some kind of like cake, but in the dream, it was a good tasting cake. Yeah. Like you can actually taste it. It's weird. I don't know how.
I've eaten in my dream and like, but then I wake up and be like, how am I not like after eating my pillow or something? Because like you can totally just.
No, I was just thinking that like, what if? So that kind of concept, right, fascinated me about the film, because I took a lot more away from it. Meaning that, what if the dreams are our real selves?
Yeah.
Like you're tapping into that.
Yeah.
And this is the dream again. I don't know. Like,
well, I think about that kind of shit a lot. Like, because I think, like I told you before about like think about the fourth dimension kind of thing. Because like, I remember saying to Mark, but like, he said that now there's kind of like theories that there's like 6 or something dimensions, but there was always been this kind of acknowledgement of a fourth, right? And think about a video game, common ground. Think about that. If Mario was a sentient character, does he know that someone's pushing the button to make him walk forward?
Right.
Does he know what's on the other side of a warp pipe? Right? Does a third dimension make any sense to him? It won't, right? He can't comprehend it because it's not part of his world.
Right, yeah.
And that's why I think that we are fourth dimensional beings playing the meat game. You know what I mean? Like, driving these meat cars, and we don't know that... Like, I always thought about it like, that life is almost like a room full of computers, and so everyone's just looking at their monitor. You forget everything that's around you, and then when we die, we get up from the computer.
Oh, I see.
Right? Like, just like, oh, well, that's done. Like...
I'm gonna play something else now.
Yeah, I suppose I could sit down in another one, but like, or go to the other room. Like...
It's weird.
Yeah, I was telling you, like, the world as it exists today is like an open world game. Yeah. You can choose not to go out that door, and like, Curtis, do you want to go out this door? Yes or no? Like, there's a person out there who just go, no.
Yeah.
You just stay here.
Yeah, exactly. And that's been, I bet you, like, if you played an RPG, you've done it.
Yeah.
Like, when it's so stupid, they always put in, like, do you want to pick this up? Do you want to open this? No.
It's something really important.
Yeah, it's like, no. Okay, well, I guess you're just staying here doing nothing.
It's
Why are you asking me?
You should have that as a pop-up, like, what the hell?
It's like the Devil May Cry scenario I told you about. Like, in Devil May Cry 1, they give you the option of using the key, yes or no. Like, just open the door. Because why give the person an option? There's nothing to do in this room.
And no reason not to use the key.
Yeah,
Like,
there's no reason.
I brought the key to the door. You sure? What
No.
the fuck else is it gonna do?
But there's someone out there, I'm guaranteed there's probably someone out there who thinks the game is the best in this one room, who's never seen the entire rest of the game. They go, no, I'm not going through that door. I don't want to.
You can't tell me what to do.
And you can't tell me what to do.
Yeah.
You know?
You can't tell me
Really
to play
stubborn.
games. Fuck this, I'm finished. It's a great game.
But, so, are there any masterpiece films that you consider?
Like, see, I don't. There's not like one film that I would actually pick as like this is the best overall movie.
So no, let me reiterate. Like, for me, it's not the best overall ever movie. It's
Yeah.
more of the case of, for it, what it is, I only want to sample that limited amount of times.
I see what you mean.
I don't want it to become like a work movie where I have it on in the background.
Yeah.
I don't want it to watch it when I'm having, just for fun. No, this is something that I only want to watch and savor for that amount of time.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's kind of a hard one, actually.
Because for me, like, Whiplash is definitely that. I don't want to watch that film over and over again because it'll lose its meaning.
Yeah.
You know, I want to have that message in my mind of what that thing was.
Yeah, you're totally right. Because at first I thought it was going to be a work movie, and I watched it the second time, and it didn't hit as hard.
Right.
So I was like, "You're not going to be a work movie." Like, but like work movies. Well, actually, it's not even. Usually, it's work shows. Like, I love watching old like cartoons that aren't on anymore because
Yeah, actually, I do that.
Yeah.
I watch Metabots. You watch Metabots?
Oh,
Yeah,
Metabots
yeah.
is good.
the best thing, you know what I'm going to say too. The best thing about Metabots is Ref.
Yeah.
Oh, he's amazing.
Yeah,
He just
yeah.
pops out of nowhere. Like, where did he? Mr. Referee. Is his
So,
name.
like, you watch the English dub, right?
Yeah.
So
English
weird.
dub is so funny, man. Like, you can tell they're just
Cutting parts out. Like,
they're not just doing anything they wanted. Just so stupid, like half the stuff they come out with.
It's really funny.
Yeah, I thought that was really fun. What was your show? What was it?
oh, well, I usually watch Mission Hill is one I watch like 100 times over.
Oh,
Oblongs. You guys ever hear of Oblongs?
no.
Okay, I'm gonna give you guys one of the Oblongs because, like, I think you like Mission Hill. If you haven't seen it, is also amazing. But I think you'll enjoy Oblongs more.
Oblongs.
The main character is voiced by Will Ferrell, or not the main character, but the father. So, it's a show that came out. It was actually a guy. He had a comic called Creepy Suzie.
I don't even recognise the picture.
Don't under style.
No, I don't.
So it's a really like it's kind of twisted, right?
I have no idea.
But the Creepy Susie's actually in the show, and originally it was supposed to be her show, but they couldn't quite make a full premise out of it. So one of the side characters that this guy came up with, he actually built up a whole family around and made a show about them. So now these characters live in the same town as Creepy Suzie.
Is this a Canadian show?
I don't know actually. I'm not even sure who
He
produced
has
it.
no legs.
Yeah, he's quadriplegic. The
Oh,
mom.
no arms.
The mom
He
is
has no body part.
yeah. They're all like they live in the shitty part of town, which is like polluted and
Right, because that's like he's joined together.
yeah. So everyone's got something around him. Like he's got like mental problems. The little girl's just got this weird thing growing out of her head, and yeah, the Siamese twin brothers. But what a good show, man! Like, I don't know how some of these shows never got like stuck around. I think they just played in the wrong places.
Well, if it's good, it's gonna get cancelled.
It's good.
Yeah, I don't recognise any of
I think you guys will like that one.
Okay. The Oblong.
So yeah, how's the sketches? I see Louise, geez, you fucking filled her out.
I did all that. Though my hand's all covered in black ink now.
See,
With
do
my
you guys
pen.
do anything for that? Like,
No, I think it's just my pen. My pencil goopy at the end on this one. Usually, if I'm using pencil, I have like a bit of tissue.
Well, that's what like I try to remember to do this thing, like, but it's annoying, and I keep forgetting to order one of those like gloves.
Oh yeah.
But I'm always just like black.
Yeah, I know. My pen's just sort of it's all just goopy at the end. It needs to be.
But you guys do pens a lot anyway, right? For sketching.
It needs to clean.
Yeah. Yeah, I mainly use pens now.
Because what I have on my it's only because what I have on my desk. Like at work, I have my notepad and the biro. So that's.
Yeah, and there's a pack of them there. I suppose if it runs dry.
Well, yeah. So it's just easy access.
I can't say though. I can't move to pens. I've tried it a couple of times for sketching, and I just can't move away from a pencil. Like,
pencils are good, yeah.
I don't know if it's. I think it's the feeling, or just I don't know if it's just being used to it. But
Well, I mainly started using pens because of storyboarding. Because when you're doing thumbnails, you don't really have time to rub out.
oh yeah,
And
yeah.
you don't want to get in that habit of. Like I always keep thumbnails like this, like page of thumbnails like that.
Nice.
Because they don't mean anything. Like each one doesn't mean each thumbnail next to one doesn't mean anything. But I'm not precious with any one of these.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But if each one was done in pencil,
You'd take the time.
Yeah.
Maybe I should try that.
You know, like all these drawings what I'm doing right now, they don't really mean anything. Like it's only because I'm just working things out.
But see, yeah, like
Shapes and stuff.
I do the same thing where it's just I'm just throwing it out. But there's times where I'm just like I don't like that, or like that kind of in the way. I want to do something else. So then it becomes it.
Right.
Like it's like it sneaks up on you. It's like oh yeah, and then you're fucking chiseling away.
For me, it's more of the case of if I draw smaller drawings with pen, they don't matter. But when I want to do a legit drawing, I'll use pencils.
Oh, okay, I got you.
You know, it's like these are just warm ups to the final piece.
What have I got here? Well, yeah, I think I've got pen and I have pencil in mine. Well, actually, mainly pen or pencil. It depends what I have on me at the time. Because, like, yeah, if I'm at my desk at work, home, I have pencils on my desk, so it's wherever is at hand at the time.
Well, I mean, maybe we should get some more pencils at the office.
Yeah,
It's not to say that I don't use pencils either.
But you prefer a pen?
I only like pens because there's no smudging that goes on.
Well, yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I always found. Like old sketchbooks just become like hazes, because even the pages back to back. If they're left.
Yeah, no, I'll get a bit of A4 piece of paper and put it in between.
Oh yeah, I never thought of that.
Yeah, I've done that before.
I do that. But the other thing too is that it depends what kind of pen you get. If you're talking like a normal biro, what Louise is using, it's thicker, right? I use this kind of big fine.
Yeah, you've been showing me them for a while.
It's like
and you can actually control the lines like pretty well.
It's really nice.
Yeah, I mean, you need some practice with it, but once you get it, it's just like using a pencil. Because the lightest line you can see there, I could sketch out a whole drawing like that.
Well, I guess maybe that's it too. Is just like because that would if you didn't tell me that was pen, I just glanced at it, I would assume it was pencil.
Yeah,
right.
It does look.
But then when I want to commit lines and stuff, I
you
can
can
just put
really
more
sink it
pressure
in.
on yeah.
Well, I guess I kind of do it the same way, but I'm doing it with pencil. Like.
I suppose it depends what you feel.
That being said, though, once you like a drawing, you make a mistake, it's fucked.
Yeah.
With a pen.
Yeah, yeah.
And I've done that multiple times in the sketchbook. I'm just like, this could have been wicked if it was pencil.
Well, if it's for doodles, I think it's okay. Because then, if you want to take it further, you just scan it in and take it into Photoshop.
Yeah, and you clean up whatever's wrong.
So it doesn't really matter.
Jeez, how long have we been going here?
2.5 hours.
Oh, jazz. Well, this is pretty good.
It's a good
don't want to hold you guys all night, but thanks for coming out. I think that's pretty good for the first drawcast. We're probably going to end up splitting this in two.
Okay. How long is the podcast usually?
Oh man, it doesn't matter. We don't have like a target length, but
They've ranged anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this will go. We'll break this up. And,
so it'll be the special edition.
And we'll try. I'll fucking take pictures if you guys don't mind your sketches.
Go ahead.
And post them up too.
We should do this again. This was fun.
Oh, totally. That's what I want to try and do. This like one of these a month. To try and because it helps with keeping the podcast going and stuff, and just getting people in to talk about different shit.
Helps with sci-fi too. if
Yeah.
these guys were saying
Well, that's the
something
thing.
insane, right?
Like, I was gonna when we do the sci-fi and the rock, I was gonna see about having artists at the table.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
So it's not confirmed yet because I haven't heard back from them. But that's what I was gonna see once we got it all locked in. If you guys wanted to come down,
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah, that'd be good. I like it.
yeah, there's in like do up your own prints if you want. Just come sell them at the table. Like, just hang out for the day.
That sounds
But yeah, so that'd be Hero Mode Audio Chronicles episode.
11.
And if we're breaking it in two, I guess 11 and 11B.
0.5.
11B.
Right. Well, again, it was me, Curtis, and
Rag.
And Louise.
Little in the background.
and thanks, you guys.
Bye.
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 Bye.